From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Thursday, May 5th, 2022. I'm D-Ray Knight, and this is what's going on. Here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Ukraine's military says that it recaptured some areas in the south and repelled Russian attacks in the east. Meanwhile, a bloody battle rages at a steel mill in Mariupol, where Ukrainian troops are holed up in tunnels and bunkers, fending off a Russian onslaught. 10 weeks into the devastating war, Ukrainian and Russian forces are fighting village by village as Moscow struggles to gain momentum in the eastern industrial heartland of the Donbas. Russia switched its focus to that region after a stiffer-than-expected resistance bogged down its troops and thwarted its initial goal of overrunning the capital. In addition to heavy shelling in the Donbas, Russian forces also kept up their bombardment of railroad stations and other supply line targets across the country. In news closer to home, the South Dakota Attorney General's office says Rapid City police officers were justified in firing their weapons in an officer-involved shooting March 26th. Barney Leroy Peoples Jr., 51, was killed when 6 Rapid City Police Department officers responded to a burglary-in-progress call. According to the Division of Criminal Investigation shooting summary, as police searched the home for the burglary suspect, they came across Peoples Jr. sitting on the floor with a rifle. Police say they ordered Peoples to drop the rifle, but then he pointed it at an officer. This is when 2 of the officers fired 15 rounds, hitting Peoples 6 times, killing him. Authorities are determining the cause of death of a man found in Rapid Creek. Amy Rose has more.
Rapid City authorities say drugs are suspected in the death of a man whose body was pulled from Rapid Creek on April 30th. The Pennington County Sheriff's Office says the body of 52-year-old James Stetham was found in Rapid Creek Saturday afternoon. On April 11th, Stetham was reported missing by the Pennington County Sheriff's Office. He was last seen on March 31st. An autopsy has been completed, but officials say they're waiting for the toxicology results to determine the cause of death. No foul play is suspected.
The West River Area Health Education Center, which is based at the Black Hill State campus in Rapid City, has received a $2.5 million grant from the U.S. Department of Labor. The federal dollars come from the department's H-1B Rural Healthcare Grant. The West River Center is one of 17 recipients in the nation. The money will provide certified nursing assistant training and certification for 105 participants, and for 59 applicants, it will cover half the cost of their licensed practical nurse education. In national news, firefighters have slowed the advance of the largest wildfire in the U.S. as heavy winds have relented. President Joe Biden, meanwhile, has approved a disaster declaration that brings new financial resources to remote stretches of northern New Mexico devastated by the fire. Fire crews in New Mexico sought Wednesday to keep the flames from pushing any closer to the town of Las Vegas and other villages scattered along the blaze's shifting fronts. The fire has burned hundreds of square miles, dozens of homes, and triggered the evacuation of over 15,000 homes. The new disaster aid includes grants for temporary housing and home repairs and low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses. The upcoming battle over the right to choose will center on abortion pills. Amy Rose explains.
More than half of abortions in America are now done with pills rather than surgery. The battle over access to medication abortions will only grow in importance if the Supreme Court follows through with its leaked draft opinion that would overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade decision and allow individual states to ban the procedure. For abortion seekers, cross-border trips, remote doctors' consultations, and packages of pills delivered in the mail offer hope they can skirt state restrictions. Republicans in South Dakota, Texas, Kentucky, Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, and Oklahoma have all moved to restrict access to abortion pills in recent months.
Meanwhile, Chief Justice John Roberts, in ordering an investigation into the egregious breach of trust in the leak of the Supreme Court draft opinion on abortion, has tasked a relatively unknown court official to carry out what could be one of the most high-profile investigations in decades. Despite the Biden administration's curtailing of the government's ability to seize records from reporters, the court's marshal operates outside that chain of command, opening the possibility for an investigation without traditional guardrails to protect journalist sources. Many questions remain about how the investigation will be carried out and whether a federal crime was committed. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. A beautiful Cinco de Mayo today with sunshine and 67. Tonight's low, 47. And that was your Daily Slice for Thursday, May 5th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D-Ray Knight. Have a great day.